Really? Oh my gosh. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know who I am already, my name is Chrissy Nielsen, and you guys are gonna hear a story today. And if you guys are ready for it, like I am, you guys better go grab your snacks and your popcorn because it's gonna be a long one, and sit back and relax. Okay? Anyways, let's jump into the video, shall we? Okay, so this story was taking place about a month ago, and it happened late at night. So I got off work and I went straight to the gym, which it was like 11 o'clock at night or maybe midnight, I don't remember. But so I went to the gym for a couple of hours, and then after the gym I was really hungry, so I went to Subway and got myself a sandwich. That's really not needed in this video, but I was hungry. Anyway, so after Subway I was driving home, and as I was driving home I was at the stoplight right before I get into like my complex area, and there was a cop behind me. And sometimes when I'm around a cop, I freak out. Even though I know I'm following the speed limit, I don't do any illegal things, so I know he's not going to pull me over because I didn't do anything wrong. I always follow the speed limit. Always. Even when I drive to work or school and I see a cop around by, I freak out. Like, I don't know if you guys freak out too, but I'll be driving and I'm like, I constantly look at my speed to see if I'm going the right speed limit. I just freak out. I mean, it happens. We all get scared when we see cops. We all freak out for no reason, even though we know we're not doing anything wrong. So I don't do anything wrong ever, and I know I'm going the speed limit, so I was like, just be calm. And just to keep in mind, it is like 12:30 at night, so he's probably like wondering like why I'm out anyways, and there's a lot of criminals out at nighttime, so he's probably just keeping track, just making sure I'm not doing anything unethical. I don't know. But so the light turns green and I'm driving, and then this is when I get into like my neighborhood. So my neighborhood is a gated community, and I had to drive into this area to where I have to put in my gate code. And as I do that, he's still behind me. Like, he's literally still behind me, and I'm like, okay, maybe this dude lives here, or so maybe he's my neighbor. I don't know. There is no cops in my neighbors, but I'm just thinking maybe he just lives here and maybe he just needs to get home. No. So anywho's, I open the gate, and as the gate opens, bam, his sirens go off, or lights, whatever you call them. His car just went off, okay? And I was like, what the heck did I do? Like, he's pulling me over. I wasn't going over the speed limit, though, that I could have thought of. I mean, was I playing my music too loud? I don't know. I did not know what I was doing wrong, because I know I don't do anything wrong. So I pull over around the corner where my house is like down the street, and I know I've never been pulled over before, but I know that once you do get pulled over, they come up to you and you roll down your window and all that jazz. And so I turned off my music, and my car is still on, and I'm just waiting for him to come up to me, and he never did. Like, I think 2 minutes passed. Okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating. It wasn't 2 minutes, but a decent time passed by to where he should have came up to my car door already. But then as I'm thinking about that, I hear loud noises coming from like a megaphone of him screaming at me. And I had no idea what he was saying because like my car's still on and my windows were all up. So what do? I roll down my window and I yell out, "What? What did you say?" Like, looking stupid because I didn't know what I do. I don't know what happens when I get pulled over. I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm going to scream at you and say, what did I do? And then, as my window's already down, he's like, "Ma'am, turn off your car, take your keys out of the ignition, put your hands out the window with your keys." And I did all of that. And I'm like shaking. I'm like, what the heck? Like, what did I do? So I'm like, okay, like, I dropped my keys out of the car, And then he tells me to get out of the car. And as I'm getting out of the car, I'm looking at all the cops. There were like 9 cop cars out there. Like, I'm not being exaggerating this time. Like, I'm not exaggerating at all. There were like 9 cop cars out there. And all the cops were standing outside their cars with their guns pointing right at me. And I almost peed my pants, okay? I was wearing my gym clothes and I was like just about to go, especially since I was holding it in for such a long time. That subway man had to go. But anyways, I was like freaking out. I mean, I was like so shocked that I did not know what to do. So my hands are up in the air and I'm just following to what they were telling me, and I'm walking back to the guy's voice because he told me to follow his voice, and I was doing that and I'm like, what the heck did I do? Like, am I dreaming? Like, this never happens to me. And so as I get up to the guy, he's like, I'm gonna put you in handcuffs, okay, ma'am? And I'm saying in my head, like, you were pointing your guns at me and you're gonna call me ma'am? Like, it's not gonna work that way. No bueno. But I just do that. I'm like, okay. And he puts his handcuffs on me, and those handcuffs were cold. Like, so cold. But he didn't do them tight, so that was pretty comfortable, honestly. Okay, it wasn't comfortable. Not like that, but it was like not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, maybe they do it tighter on other people. I don't know. And he thought I looked young, so he's like, I'm gonna do it really simple on her. I was in handcuffs for a good amount of time. And the cop, one of the cops, the nicer one, was like, do you know why we pulled you over, ma'am? And I instantly looked at him. I'm like, no, I don't. And he's like, where'd you come from? And I told him that I came from the gym. I was like, I just came from the gym. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. And he's like, well, ma'am, your car was reported stolen. Huh? Me car reported stolen. You say my car reported stolen? What? Like, what? I was confused because I was like, this is my car. My license and registration is right in the front, like in the glove box. Like, go look at it. So I told him about it. I just spit. I told him, like, this is my car. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he checked my glove box. And funny story. Okay, so a couple Halloweens ago, I wanted to be Negan for Halloween. So I would have to get, like, the bat, you know, my Lucille. Long story short, I didn't do it, and I just had a bat in my car for the longest time. So they saw the bat, and they're like, man, why do you have a bat in your car? And I said, it was from Halloween a couple years ago, and I just never took it out. You know, like, I'm freaking out. Like, I'm stuttering as I'm saying this, so, because I didn't know what to say. Like, I was just like, yeah, it was just from Halloween, and I just never took it out. And, like, it's just there. I just use it as, emergency purposes. And they're like, oh, okay, ma'am. Let's look more into it, okay? I'm like, okay, so I'm like staying in handcuffs for about a good 30 minutes, okay? 30 minutes. And I was just cold. I'm standing by his car, and he told me, like, okay, so out of what we think happened, we think someone stole your license plates. And I told him, I was like, huh? He's like, well, someone stole the same exact car as yours. They just switched the plates to make it look like your car, you stole your car. And I was like, oh, huh, smart. I'm kidding. I was like, what? Like, someone switched my plates and made it look like I stole the car? I was a little confused because, like, of the car situation, but I guess they did steal exactly my car. They just switched it out, like the license plates. I didn't know how long I was driving with, I didn't know how long I was driving with the stolen plates. I have no idea, but wow, that's crazy. But anyways, so he told me that, and I was like, okay, and he's still talking to me, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, can you get these handcuffs off me? Like, what do you think I'm gonna do, run away and steal your car? So eventually he took the handcuffs off of me and talked to me about it, and we're just telling me about, like, the situation, that he's gonna take my plates off, and I gotta get new plates. And I'm like, well, what if I get pulled over with no plates? And he's like, well, I'll give you this ticket thing that you can tell the cops just in case you do get pulled over, what happened. And I'm like, okay. No, I never got pulled over, but it's kind of funny because I'm a criminal justice major, so I was like, I got a story to tell my major professors. But anyways, so that's my story. I hope maybe you guys learned something from this, because ever since then I always look at my license plate. Like, I check my license plate just to make sure those are my license plate, because if they're not the plates again, I'm gonna freak out and I'm gonna have to call the cops again, like, hey, these aren't my plates. So now I constantly look at them just in case they are mine and they weren't stolen, because you never know, it could happen again, because I guess my car is a piece of crap and people like to steal those kind of cars because they're easier to steal. I don't know. I hope you guys liked this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, then cool beans. Please don't dislike this video, please. Also, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. I will promise you guys that there will be more better videos in the future. And have a great rest of your day. I give that an 8 out of 10. The car just pulled in. Whoa! And cut again.